guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your fave Blessing, and we are back at it again with another video. So today's video is going to be about the 10 most asked questions for a college interview. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so like I said, this video is going to be about the 10 questions I feel like are the most important when preparing for your college interview. So these are going to be the questions that I specifically think you should definitely prepare for, and they're going to be in order of importance. So yeah, the first question is, tell me about yourself. This is the number one question. This is always the first question, and literally I personally believe this question makes or breaks your whole interview. And I know y'all probably like, makes or breaks what? But listen, this question is so basic but so complex that it's just like ew, like literally ew. But this get me, listen, calm, let's talk about it. If you go ahead and say something basic and you just say like the normal two things, that's good. But if you go into detail, then that leads the conversation, because I feel like if you answer the question with like 2 or 3 things, then they just go on to the next question. But if you answer this question with multiple things from different areas of your life, then one of those things are bound to stick out, and then your interviewer will ask you to explain that. And 9 times out of 10, one of the things that you are about to explain can lead into another question, and without them even asking that question, you're going to answer it, which then makes it more of a conversational base rather than, okay, answer this question, question, answer. So that is literally the number one question. That's the first question they always ask, and I feel like if you really take time to answer that question and make sure your story is shown in that one question alone, your interview is solid. Like, what do you mean? But yeah, the second question that is always bound to ask is, why do you want to go to this school? Obviously that question is going to be asked, guys, like you're literally having a college interview for a school that you applied to. So like, why did you apply to this school? This question, all I'm going to say is make sure you say something a little personal about the school. So don't just cap it off at being like, oh, it's the best school in this area or something like that. Like, you can say that, but also make sure you kind of make something personal about like your growth or something. And I'll also say for that question, make sure that you do not talk about rank. If you're doing an interview, because so far all my interviews are Ivy based, they obviously know their college is good. So definitely do not say because if it's ranked, because that already isn't a no-go. They're gonna be like, so she's only coming here for a name, which I mean, that may be fair, like that's fair, I guess, but definitely don't say that in your interview. So yeah, that was the second question. The third question is obviously, what do you want to major in / what do you want to do in the future? That's pretty personal to you. Just make sure that you really explain it. Don't just say I want to major in this and I want to become that. Kind of make sure you go ahead and say why you want to major in this. How does what you major in help your future? The fourth question would be your academic strengths, and then the fifth would be your academic weaknesses. These go hand in hand, but really make sure that they're not the basics. Oh, a weakness is that math is hard or something like that, or a strength is that I'm really smart. Make sure you kind of like say something that's like out of the box, but at the same time like make it honest. Like, if it is that you're overly smart so that like you kind of overshadow people, say that, and like they'll understand that you know your strength and weakness, and it's more than just, oh, I'm super smart. It's like, yeah, I'm smart, but sometimes that leads to me being bossy or something like that. And then weakness, that was number 5. And just again, make sure you really talk about something that's like a pure weakness for you. Kind of make sure that you're kind of vulnerable in answering that question, like just a tad bit. Next question that I really see being like number 6 would be, what do you plan to contribute to the school? I think this question is very important because like, what are you coming here for again? Like school, especially college, is more than just coming to school to learn. Like, it's about building a connection and really figuring out who you are as a person. So just figure out, what do you think that you'll bring to that school? That's very personal to you and what you kind of want to get out of your college experience. So make sure you really kind of prepare a solid answer for that question. Number 7 would definitely be your favorite book. I honestly would have put that at a higher rank, but it's cool where it's at. So number 7 would definitely be your favorite book. Reading is a plus in the college world and life in general. I've already told you guys multiple times I love to read. Reading literally gets you places in life. So I definitely make sure you have a book ready in mind, because that can also drive a conversation, because you can ask them their favorite book and maybe you guys might like a book and you guys can talk about that for a bit. So make sure you have a book on hand, because literally that can help you tremendously, and it'll show them that you're an avid reader. And college is all about reading, literally, like literally, and life is about reading. A will be, what do you want to get from college? Again, do not say you want to learn, do not say education, say something that's just not that. For me, I said I wanted to build connections and learn about myself. I definitely want to get like a spontaneous nature. I kind of want to just experience everything to the fullest. So that's kind of what I said. It wasn't your normal answer, and I think that kind of helped me. So something like that will really help you as well. The next question would definitely be an obstacle that you faced, and then they're probably going to ask you, if you could do it all over again, how would you change it? Make sure, and actually no, that right there, that's up there. Wherever I put this in the video, this is a top question as well. What is an obstacle that you faced? Being challenged in life is more than just like being challenged. Is how you handle the challenges that you're faced with. You don't want to be known as a person who gives up. You want to be known as the person who gets back up and like does what she has to do, does what he has to do to make things better. So this question actually is like probably number 5 or something, because this question literally by far means a lot, because they want to know that college is a challenge. I've said this before, college is a challenge. So they want to know that if you're challenged in college, what will you do to overcome? They want to know that you probably faced a challenge of some sort. Answer that question and make sure it's a good story to tell. I mean, obviously if it was a challenge, it wasn't like a good experience, but make sure you're really detailed on the obstacle, how you overcome it, and if there is something that you would have changed, how you handle it. Make sure you explain that with connection on how you think the outcome would have been different. And then the question of the 2021-2022 interviewer spectacularganza is definitely, how has life changed for you during Corona? This question is a question that really just is there to keep up with current times. And I feel like when you answer this question, be true to yourself, be true to the interviewer. So really tell them what you did. If you gained a new trait, if you let go of friendships, if you read a new book, if you started a new habit, tell them what this did. If you learned that life is short, let them know that. If you lost a lot of family members, let them know that. But really show them how you handled Corona. Make sure you talk about your mental health, because mental health is on a high right now. People want to know that you can do things that will help you keep mental stability. So make sure that when you answer that, you kind of talk about how you focused on keeping your sanity. And then finally, this question usually comes at the end, and the question will be, is there something that you think this interview would be incomplete without, or something that you just feel is really about you? Make sure you hone in on who you are, hone in on something that you think you missed, or something that you just want them to understand, like, this is literally me, this is what I'm doing this for. Make sure that you really emphasize that when they ask that question, because that is probably just as important as the first question. Because if they ask that question at the end, it literally ties everything you've said together and with a bow on top. Like, here you go. And yeah, that is my how many ever numbers I've reached questions I think that are super important in your interview. I really think that you should take the opportunity to really figure out your story on how you want to answer your questions. What is the your focus point of view that you want to present. The interviews are definitely a way for the school to get to see you off paper, to know that you're real, and even just to see the in-person emotion that you portray. Again, if you get an interview email, do not deny it, guys. Do not I hope you're hearing me. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Do not deny the interview. Make sure you take the interview and make sure that you just go in with your best foot forward. And I really wish good luck to all of you guys who are watching this video, who are doing your interviews. I hope we all prosper out here. I all hope we get to the money. And I just hope it's good vibes all 2021, 2022, all of that. So if you're a part of the class of 2025, good luck on your interviews, good luck on your decisions coming up, and yeah. So without further ado, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that good jazz, all of that. Just do all of that. My birthday's coming up, guys. Like, yeah. So yeah, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Like, what do you mean? But yeah, thank you. Bye.